Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a bonus midweek edition of the Fans of Power podcast. I am Nathan Kennedy, joined by Joe Amato. Tyler Baker is out on assignment. Actually, he's at work right now. And since I'm here all on strike and stuff and not currently at work, I hit Joe up and I'm like, hey man, we haven't done an issue of Masters of the Universe magazine since December, which, funny enough, this is the winter 1986 issue of the magazine, so we probably should have done that then and coordinated with the spring. We're already behind anyway. But Joe, how are you doing on this early afternoon?
I'm fine. I'm hoping there's not going to be too many bad internet connection issues. It's different with the weather-wise, and it's during the day. And you're right, it's a bonus episode, so some people are like, what the hell is going on? But hopefully I don't glitch up too much. I'm sure it's going to happen at some point, but otherwise, I'm okay. And I'll quickly, before we get started, mention everybody I see in the chat room, and I apologize if I butcher any names. But we have Jaime Mares, Daniel Carhunen, I don't know if this is Paurice or Porik Boylan, Febman, and Zentron and Zen Brown are here. So thank you all for joining us. And Zentron, I hope you're doing well. I know you said you were not feeling too well a few days ago, so hopefully everything's okay with you.
Well, how did Joe? You got well. Do you want me to go first with our little show and tell that we have, and get this one out of the way before?
You show yours, and then I'll show mine. Well. There you go. Well, excuse me while I whip this out.
All right.
Go on.
So
started.
Basically the story behind this is I decided to finally replace the leg bands in a couple of my vintage figures because they just wouldn't stand up anymore. And I figured my parents have most of the tools, so I went over there, cut those out, started soaking them. Got them all pulled out, but I needed like some curved forceps that would have like, that way you can really get them in there and pop them in there pretty good, because the pliers that we had were kind of too big. So I went to Walmart. I'm like, Walmart usually has everything, but they didn't have what I was looking for. So of course, anytime I'm in a department store, gotta take a stroll down the toy aisle, and lo and behold, they had the Stephanie McMahon Masters of the WWE
I told
Universe.
you, that is not bad. Like I said, why are those faces seem like they're even better than the Origins? But yeah, try to put your hand in back of her head. It might make it come
Maybe
clear.
Maybe
Maybe
not.
I guess not. Well, either way,
that's
that
so
is
weird. Come on,
actually,
focus. There
there you go.
we go.
Got it.
There we go.
I'm surprised. Like I said, look at the face details. I was like, they really are able to use their creative juices with those WWE Masters figures a lot more. But what do you think of her?
It doesn't look like Stephanie McMahon, so that's a plus. I like the color scheme of the figure. I like how it's it's Evil Lynn, but we got black and silver and everything, and it comes with this attachable mask. Get that snapped on there, so you can.
Yeah, to go along with Triple H / Skeletor. Yeah.
So
that is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Was that the only one you found?
Yeah, that was the only one that they had. So I wasn't interested in any of the other ones in the wave because it was Bill Goldberg and Kane and
the Ultimate Warrior. You have to get the Ultimate Warrior.
An Ultimate Warrior variant. So I was like, nah, I'm.
Still cool. No, but I do appreciate you showing that because she actually is a cool looking figure. And quickly, Phil McCollum, JSP, Ryan's here, Wisdom Files. So, there we go. We got some more people. Appreciate you joining us. Now, I did something as well. I went to Target, and it was. I have a card. I've had a Target gift card for a while, just waiting for something to show. And something popped up that at first, when I seen online, I'll admit, I was thinking, but in person is not that bad. And it's Skelegod. Now, the one thing out of the whole figure I don't like, I've said it before in another video, is his head is super small. He's got the peanut head syndrome, that the same thing happens with the 2000X Skeletor with his little head. By the way, if you guys have never seen this guy unmasked, let me quickly just show you. If you never are unhooded, when you pop the hood off, this is what I mean by peanut head. Look at this little head. Look at
that. That's pretty bad.
That's bad. And I'm sure that maybe the hood was not meant to be removed, but otherwise, I mean, when you see the size wise, I mean, he's a big sumbitch. Like, look at him next to the 2000X figure,
Yeah.
and also
I mean,
even
he's
next to
bigger than
classics,
yeah, he's
because
bigger, way bigger than classics too. Because that
yeah, and is he
9
bigger?
inches, right, is how tall that figure is.
Well, I don't think it's 9. I think this guy is maybe 7.5. It looks like maybe it might be slightly bigger, but I mean, surprisingly, a lot. I mean, it's not as cheap feeling as I thought it was going to feel. There's a lot of posability into it. It's a good style body. I mean, you know me, for doing customs for a living, I'm immediately looking at body styles like, yeah, more of these figures along with when I find the regular He-Man and Skeletor will be good, because that was the thing I was looking for. People were already finding regular He-Man and Skeletor, and I've had already requests to make new heads for that He-Man and that Skeletor, and a Battle Damage Faker along with Copycat in the Revelation style for Masterverse. But I mean, I was surprised. Like I said, I wasn't sure if it was going to be that amazing, but it ended up being pretty cool. So if you guys haven't seen him yet, yeah, go to Target. I think he's at almost all Targets. But as for the other figures, it's kind of up in the air if they'll be there, I guess.
Well, speaking of Target, I'm gonna do this live. I just actually got a text message from Tyler that said the GI Joe Classified, Breaker, and Barbecue figures are up for pre-order on Target's website. So I'm gonna do that right now, actually,
Okay.
live on the show, just for you guys.
I guess that's better than going to the store and being disappointed and not finding
Yeah,
them.
trying
So
to
that's
track
how it
that
is
shit
usually.
down because it's very tough.
Are they the same prices? Like if you order them online, then too, same prices if you find
Yes.
them in the store.
Yeah, they are. But the thing with the Breaker figures, he does come with a motorcycle, so he's gonna be a little bit more. And I don't know if this will be a thing if these guys are strictly exclusive to Target, or if I guess I could check Big Bad Toy Store to see if maybe they pop up on there, but I am not seeing it. So they might be Target exclusive. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do it anyway and order it right now, live for you guys.
Would it be terrible if you went on and then they weren't available? They were all
No,
sold out. That's
I'm doing it
usually
right
how.
now.
Oh, so you are. Oh, okay. All
I'm
right,
doing
there
it
you go.
right
And
now.
well, we have also Thomas Ryberg and Jonathan Redmond. They joined us right here, and we got Simple Tricks and Nonsense. Let's see what she said. The designers keep thinking, oh, if the flesh is off his head, then the head would be smaller. But that gives you the peanut head. Then they realize it's just the flesh off his face. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I'll be honest. Yeah, I don't know why they make some of the heads so small. But it even looked like the He-Man and the regular Skeletor variant. You know, that's another thing I wanted to bring up. I don't know if you guys ever noticed. I guess the thing that really got to me is, okay, you look at the 2000X Skeletor head in the face. He's got the yellow face, but in the Mike Young Productions cartoon, he's got a white face with, like, some fangs, which I always thought, damn, that looks cool. I'd love to have a figure of that. Never got that head. Oh, you must have just got your ortho.
Confirmed.
Good, congratulations.
Yeah.
Hopefully that cancels that
Yeah.
order. But anyways,
Hopefully Target doesn't fuck that up along the way.
they will. But then when we come to these Masterverse figures, you look at the cartoon of Revelation, he's got a yellow face, but then the figure of Skeletor from Masterverse has a white face. I was like, why is everything inverted? Why is it for 2000X MYP, they inverted the faces and the color designs, and now they did for Masterverse? So that's why I did have a lot of requests to change up Skeletor's head and He-Man's head, because He-Man's got a real extremely big, happy smile on the Masterverse figure. But again, when I see him in person, that's why I have to get him, because I got to know the exact scale of these heads to match for everybody that's requesting. So we'll see how it goes.
And I saw too that someone had taken a picture of the boxes that they come into stock, and I supposedly they're not supposed to be on the shelf until August 1st. I don't know if anyone wants to confirm that.
You know what's weird is the same thing. I went to the shelves and I seen nothing there, but I was, at first I wasn't seeing nothing there, but when I asked the people about that, they said they did have them. Because that's how, when I went in, was requesting, I was thinking, will these actually be sitting on the shelves or no? I didn't see any. I asked a person, they went to the back and got it. So there was no space available where it said anything about Masterverse figures. So, yeah, you got to request it.
Yeah, part of me thinks that they're not supposed to be out right now.
Yeah, exactly. So, but around August, you should probably see the rest. So, like I said, I was surprised. I am surprised. I'm not saying it's the most amazing figure, but I'm not here to shit all over it and say it's garbage. I just don't like the peanut head. Otherwise, and plus it is kind of like a spoiler. It's like, well, you're kind of showing basically what's going to happen in the cartoon. For those who maybe didn't know, it's like, well, now you know one plot point, which we've seen in a comic series before, where they almost did the same thing of Ubering up Skeletor and changing his design. But beyond that, we're going to discuss the magazine here.
I do have one more thing. Actually, two more things. Simple Tricks and Nonsense says, yes, they are Target exclusive. So I'm glad I got those in because they're sold out on Hasbro Pulse. So thank you for that. I'm glad Tyler let me know. The other thing is those minifigures from Dollar Tree. I actually ordered a case of those, which I will send all of them to Joe, and I'll give some to Tyler. I don't know if I'll keep any for myself or if we'll just give them away on the show.
Maybe we'll do a giveaway, because there's something in part with this Masters of the Universe magazine. There's a coded message you're going to see with one of these pages we cover. I'm going to make up a code, and I'll put it up for this Sunday's episode. People can screen cap it, and the first person that could solve that puzzle and give the answer to us, then they could actually get a set of those from you. Wouldn't that work? Wouldn't you like to get a set of people?
It would, but I want to make sure first that the case ratio works. I don't want it to be like, here's 20 He-Mans, and here's
and
and 4 Skeletors, because there's 24 in a case. So I want to. It's supposed to be here between the 21st and 26th or something. I would have to.
All right, then maybe I'll hold off that coded message. Maybe not this Sunday.
Yeah,
or next.
Let's hold off on doing that for now, just because I want to make sure it's good. I might even make a video or go live on here or something and unbox it and see what we got. I'll probably just do an isolated video so I can have my phone and actually record the video. Here's the box, and as we're opening it up and everything. So maybe we'll do that. We'll go with that plan.
All right. Well, one sad thing about this, I could not find this issue. It broke my heart. It's like I can't do the look along with us and show the crap and shit that I did in it. I do not have this one, and I swear I had it, so I'm going to have to be looking at the images along with you. I remember the story basically and some of the other stuff, but...
You should have told me beforehand, and I could have Facebook messaged you everything.
That's all right. I'm going to go live right with you like this. Like I said, I still remember the issue, and I had to look back, like I said, at He-Man.org, and I was like, okay, I do remember this, but I was like, where the hell is it at? I have all the others except this one. So,
well, you want to start with the cover here? I think this is one of the best covers of the magazine.
Oh, I loved it. Yeah, because this one, I've done a lot of alterations and stuff this too, but I mean, I was all about Stone Dar and Rock On, and you've seen these other mystery ones, and of course you don't see the other transformations. Like, are there more coming? And of course we've seen, in Filmation and some of the mini comics, there were other of the Comet Warriors or Rock People, whatever you want to refer them as. But yeah, Earl Norm is always, he made everything look cool. Not saying that Stone Dar and Rock On were shit, but I'm just saying no matter what he drew, it looked awesome. And especially seeing this cover, it always invited you you got so excited when you get these suckers in the mail.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I don't have space to hang anything on the walls in here, so I would have to.
That was my unfortunate thing when I was a kid. All the posters I took out and I hung them up on the wall with tape, and then just picture throughout the years. And when I had to take them off, almost all of them started ripping their corners. I hated that I did it, but you had to display them proudly. But I wish I didn't damage them. But
I mean, you were a kid.
But you got to enjoy it. Yeah, you're a kid and you got to enjoy what you had. So, and that's why so many of the comic stories that, the one we'll see here in this, remember, they were on the posters. So you missed, so many people probably didn't even realize that there were stories there because they were on the posters.
And speaking of things that people don't realize or things that people totally forget, Jace and the Wheeled Warriors was, I've told Tyler this a bunch of times. This is something that I was like, that exists? I have no recollection of this as a kid.
Was this the first page after the cover, what you're showing right there with that Jace?
Yeah.
You know what's weird? And as a kid, I remember I hated seeing this. Isn't that terrible? I was like, this has nothing to do with Masters of the Universe. And they showed so much of this, as you'll see in this issue. I was like, I didn't like it. I was like, this ain't He-Man. So I'll be honest, I don't remember ever watching the cartoon or nothing.
I just remember nothing about this. Which you would think that
so
I
does
would, because having all these things, especially at the time, there were so many cartoons that had come out boom, 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 and then in syndication. You know, like a lot of this stuff lived in syndication for years after the fact. So.
And admittedly, if you look at it, I mean, I guess it's something that would look cool for kids. It's got a lot of crazy shit and vehicles and creatures, and I mean, it looks interesting, but I guess I never wanted to get into it. And I just thought it dominated a lot of this issue, as you'll see. So maybe that turned me off and pissed me off. Like, man, they ripped my fucking issue of He-Man. I'm not watching this cartoon. It could have been awesome, and I don't even know.
I should probably watch an episode of this just to see if I like it. So apologies to Michael from Retro Blasting and Tyler, because Tyler's all about all the other properties that didn't get a lot of love back in the 80s and early 90s.
I mean, some of the people right here on the in the chat room, like Zentron City has the first season of Jace on DVD. Ryan says it has one of the greatest theme songs. I'll definitely have to give it a shot just to listen and see. And JSP even says he's got the entire series.
Well,
so
I guess we have to.
Fans.
Now. We have to.
Yeah, I'll have
exactly,
because like I said, I'm only shitting on my impressions as a kid of seeing it in this issue. But yeah, I'll actually give it a shot, see if it's good, and see how many people out there also think it's amazing.
The contents here, I noticed going through this issue that a lot of they kind of reordered a lot of things from what we're used to in the previous issues. So we're getting the letters from He-Man like early on, where it's usually, you know, we're in the teens or about to hit the teens, and the ORKO
close
Earth
to
Report
it. They like mixing it up.
Yeah, it's a little bit further, but the He-Man of the issue is here at the ass end, which I thought was strange because they usually tend to put that in the middle as well. So you guys see the contents there. We will go ahead and Joe, Dandy Bars. I don't remember. I don't remember Dandy Bars either. I don't know how long they were around. Maybe I should look that up too. Maybe they were.
And I'll be curious, people in the chat, let us know if you ever had a Dandy Bar. But I remember seeing it, and yeah, looked delicious. Now that's the thing. Anytime I seen a food ad, I didn't care. I was like, hey, this got me excited. But I was like,
I mean, it's just it's just granola bars. But
did you flip to the Dandy Bar yet? I didn't see it
it's on there. You just you have that delay. It's almost like I wish you still had that issue, or I wish you would have let me.
You know, by looking at it, why it got me excited, it looked like a whatchamacallit.
Oh, that's a great candy bar.
That's the thing. I was like, why don't you see Like, I remember the commercials for whatchamacallit, but nobody talks about these. And the only place I can get them is the damn gas station, where they're usually fucking 3 times the amount of normal candy bars. But I love a whatchamacallit, and that's what this looks like to me.
They have. I see those at Walmart all the time.
Huh?
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Single fucking candy bars or whatchamacallit?
Yeah.
How much?
I don't pay attention to the prices.
Oh, you know I do.
I know you do. I know you're the man that's going around telling the cashiers, back in my day, I remember when this was 10 cents. But honestly, I don't know, because they might be the king size variation. Next time I go to Walmart, I'll take a picture of it and message it to you, Joe.
Okay. All right. Well, so far, nobody really knows what a dandy is. Even Daniel Carhoonian said this is the first time I've heard about it. So,
yeah.
All right. I guess the Dandy Bar wasn't really popular.
A heart of golden chewy granola with chocolate chips. It took Nature Valley to make granola. Oh, so it's a Nature Valley. They put the Nature Valley really tiny on the box at the top down there at the bottom. So it's a Nature Valley thing. All right.
All right. When I heard nature and crap like that, even if I thought there was a hint of healthiness, I didn't want it.
Well, pretty much. I mean, this is like all the Weight Watchers and all that shit. You know, it's like it's still chocolate and everything.
It would have been way too much for me, yeah. All right, we'll get to the next page.
Well, we have the greetings from Eternia, where He-Man gives us the message and tells you the poster safety information to make sure that you're not stabbing yourself with the staples like Joe probably did multiple times. Actually, no, you said your mom would help you out a lot with that, right?
Yeah, I needed help because, I would have cut my fingers. I'm an idiot. Was, I still am.
Well, Joe, will you be able to read any of these letters from the He-Man mailbox?
Yes, and some of these letters were not too bad. I do want to start off right here with the first one.
Okay.
I'll have to do that just because it was cool and also disappointing at the same time. But we have Eric Deerking from Lutz, Florida. Says, Dear He-Man, I think the evil horde is a real threat to Eternia. They all have incredible powers. I am 15.
Wait.
And I drew this picture.
Wait, which one are you reading? Oh, okay.
You know,
You're reading the wrong one.
well, I'm going to start on the wrong page. I didn't know what order this was. I downloaded for He-Man.org, so I'm going in reverse. God damn it, I'm sorry. Let me
Oh,
save
so
that
you
one. Do
did
you
you
go to the
did
next page?
download all the images from the magazine?
Just the two, no, just the
Oh,
letters
okay.
pages.
Yeah,
Do you
we're
want me to
we're,
go
we're
to the other
starting with
page?
the computer printout from ORKO.
Okay, I'll go to that one then. Let me go to that page, goddammit. See, I already messed up the show because we're live, pal, and I didn't know the order, and I have a 30-second delay. But, all right, I'll start off with the Orko one, which, that one was cool. This is from Joe Englert and Anthony Finale, maybe, from Rochester, New York. It says, Dear He-Man, we drew a picture of Orko on our computer. He's our favorite character in Eternia. Next to you, of course. Someday we hope to come visit you. We're both 8, but I always thought it was kind of cool as a kid. I was like, man, that's done with like little lines and dots and shit or something. It was like, at least it was different, not a regular drawing that we see all the time. It's
That's
like, I
true.
got to give him points on creativity. So that wasn't bad.
Yeah, I know back in the day, a lot of people would fuck around and make stuff like that because that's that's all we had with computers back then. There
Well, for me,
wasn't
that
much
was
you could do.
completely new. Seeing that image was different because I told you I never had a computer ever. I never
Oh
seen
no,
people
no, no.
with computers. I didn't understand what I was looking, you know?
I'm talking about like at school or something because I didn't have a proper I didn't have a proper computer until gosh, it's probably that had to been like 97 or so. It was when Duke Nukem 3D was all the rage because that was one of the first things I installed on it that
I
I
never
had.
experienced a computer until the 2000s, so that shows how bad I am. So,
Yeah, but you were also browsing the internet on your Dreamcast, which
Dreamcast.
is I
Heck
think
yeah.
that's kind of awesome, but tedious at the same time unless there was a keyboard peripheral for
Yeah, there
that,
was a
right?
keyboard, but I don't think I had the keyboard until maybe a year or two in. So I was doing the controller to point and click to letters one at a time to look to a website. So I didn't engage with chatting with people. I didn't even know if there were chat rooms. This is sounding painful. Let's move on to letters. It's making me sound ancient
There
and
were
old
chat
and dumb.
rooms in '99.
Okay.
I guess I will move to the one to the right here. Dear He-Man, I'm 11 years old. I think you are cute, and Tila and Sorceress are very pretty. I'm working on a play. It's about Tila becoming the guardian at Castle Grayskull. So, wait, are you writing Master Universe Revelation there? Kate
That's Kate.
Berger from Los
See?
Osos, California.
How cool is that? Somebody was ahead of her time, and that's awesome to see. And also, I'll go to the one right below. Amy Vine from Granton, Wisconsin said, Dear He-Man, I'm in 3rd grade. Everyone in my class at school thinks you're terrific. I read your magazine, and I like it a lot. What's cool is just seeing that, obviously, boys and girls love watching the cartoon, getting the issues, and, just experiencing everything from He-Man to She-Ra. But, yeah, see, so far, there's some good letters. There's not ones really to shit on. There's some, well, I was going to
We'll
shit
get
on
to it. I bet.
but go ahead.
I haven't
All right.
pre-read any of these, but we'll get to it. This comes from Clark Denson, Columbia, Tennessee. Dear He-Man, I really look forward to getting your magazine. The best parts are the posters and the He-Man of the issue. Except all of them are liars, except for that one guy. My favorite friend of yours is Fisto. I am 6 years old, so that's cool. The posters for me are the best part of the magazines.
Oh, no, definitely. I was like, well, this kid's got some good taste. I was like, I don't know if he wrote it all 6 years old. I don't know. But let's go to David Friend from Gurney, Illinois. Dear He-Man, I'm 9 years old. I like Roboto and Cyclone very much. They help you fight against Skeletor and Hordak. Here's my picture of the heroic tornado.
It's
I
not
was like,
bad.
there you go.
That's a good drawing.
Not bad. Yeah, 9 years old. Pretty cool. It's like, he's got good taste. Cyclone's an awesome fucking character. So, see, can't give this guy shit. Go ahead.
This comes from Amy Mesra from Florissant, Missouri.
Sure. Sounds good.
Dear He-Man, my brother and I watch you on TV a lot. We love to pretend we're your friends on Eternia. The stories in your magazine are great. I am 5.
That's some pretty big words from a 5-year-old, but you never know. Amy might have had a really big vocabulary. So let's see the closest school. You never know. Maybe we'll see one of these people actually that wrote these letters. Maybe they'll catch the show and be like, hey, they read my letter after 40 fucking years.
Right. I doubt
So,
it. I highly
all
doubt
right,
it.
now we got. All right, here's Malik Sangavi from Westfield, New Jersey. Dear He-Man, I like reading your magazine and doing the activities in it. All of your fellow Eternians are wonderful, except for the evil warriors. I hope you beat Skeletor once and for all. I'm 6 years old. Another person with a big vocabulary for such a young age, but It's possible. I guess I can't compare everybody to me that I talk like an idiot and still do. So at 5, you wouldn't want to see me writing a fucking letter.
Subscribe today. In between these, they put hey, 4 issues for only $6. Save almost 25% off the newsstand price.
Yeah, they were pretty expensive to buy at the stores. That's why you had to get the subscription. Had to do the subscription. Well, let me start off, I guess, on the next page since I did already, and then you can continue. But this is the one where I was somewhat impressed, but then disappointed. Let me do it again.
Yeah.
Eric Deerking from Lutz, Florida. Hope you're listening, Eric. You know, you sound like a good guy, but I'm going to shit on this for a second. Dear He-Man, I think the Evil Horde is a real threat to Eternia. They all have incredible powers. I am 15, and I drew this picture of one of Hordak's evil helpers. Well,
15.
1, you're 15 years old and you're writing this shit. 2, you're 15 and you drew that. 3, you're 15 and you still don't know it's a Horde trooper. It's one of Hordak's evil helpers. Dear God, could you get one fucking thing right here? I think this is somebody that was, I don't know, probably
God,
8.
man, they would be they'd be old as shit right now. They'd almost be as old as you are right now.
Oh, thanks, you dipshit fucker. So I'm thinking this might have been somebody that was 8 years old and maybe they messed the age up because there's no way.
There's no way. I mean, yeah, I can't draw words of shit. I could be like, I am 37 years old. Well, we'll be 37. Look at my shitty drawing, dear He-Man.
Right. Of a helper.
How old would that guy be? Because this is 86, and this dude is 15.
Well, that would have been 35 years ago. He'd be 50. He'd be 50 years old now.
Oh, man. That kind of just blows your mind a little bit,
I'm going to look for Eric Deerking. And if you guys in the chat room or anybody listening, see if you can find and give me a link. I want to see if we can find Eric Deerking. I want to talk to him about this show. It's like, were you really 15?
Why are you so bad at drawing, Eric?
Drawing and not knowing the names of the characters you're drawing. The Horde Trooper is a helper. Dear fucking God. All right, Nathan. Go ahead.
All right, this comes from why do I get all these some of these last names, man? This comes from David Miller.
Yeah, sounds good.
Miller from Uniontown, Ohio. Dear He-Man, that's got to be close to parts unknown. I love to pretend that I live on Eternia. I always pretend that I'm you, and that I live in Castle Grayskull. ORKO makes me laugh when his tricks get mixed up. I am 8 years old.
That sounds like a genuine letter. And there could be some people saying, and here, this is the funny thing where it says, but he just said, you know, he wishes he was He-Man and he's living in Castle Grayskull. That never happened. But I've always said, I just posted a picture, remember, from one of those kid stuff record books, and you see He-Man waking up in his bed with the H symbol, as we know from the Battle Armor, Thunder Punch, Flying Fist, other things, and that they're using for the new Revelation cartoon. That H is on his headboard. So there you go. So this is a good letter. Now I'm going to go to John Walden from Sleepy Eye, Minnesota. Dear He-Man, you and ORKO are my favorite characters. ORKO makes me laugh. ORKO makes me laugh, and you saved the day. I am 10 years old. That sounds like another legitimate one.
We should have read all of these in kids' voice. You should have done your trick-or-treat voice.
I'm going to do one for one of them. If you want me to do it, I'll do it for the next one I read.
Sure. This comes from Anne Struzieri.
That sounds good. Good job.
Oh, thank you, Joe. Do I get a sticker? From Davie, Florida. Dear He-Man.
Get you an A sticker.
What?
Go ahead.
I watch your show with my cousin Kevin. We are both big fans of yours. We've created a new warrior to fight on Eternia. His name...
I don't get this one.
His name is Kata? And he has electric eyes. I'm in 5th grade.
Ooh, now this one's believable because I could just imagine it's like, okay, well, Cattle, what does this mean about electric eyes? Usually, you know, there's like the wordplay, you understand the puns. This one, I'm not quite sure. So, yeah, whatever. All right, here's mine. This is from Sean Perro from Gonick, New Hampshire. I can't do it because then I'm going to sound like a lunatic. I'll go too.
Come on, do it.
Dear He-Man, I'm 10 years old and I think you're the greatest. I'm also a big fan of ORKO's. Tell him that if he practices, he could be a super magician.
So, there.
Bravo.
Thank you.
Bravo, Joe.
Bravo.
I like that. I can't get that low. I don't think.
All right, well, go on. You get to the next one. They have 2 left.
I'm gonna go with the 2 bad ones since you've been doing all the drawings. This comes from Robbie Colby from Port Orchard, Washington. Dear He-Man.
See?
Here's a
Rubs
picture.
off, doesn't it?
Here's a picture of one of my favorite warriors. I am 10. I hope the picture isn't too bad.
Waka waka waka. I like it though. He understands wordplay. See, I'm fucking up again. Wordplay.
What's
and puns.
better?
So,
What is better? The 10-year-old drawing of Too Bad, or the 15-year-old drawing the Horde Trooper?
I'm gonna go with the 10-year-old,
Yeah, me
and let's
too.
see what the chat would think too. Reason being is you could tell that the 15-year-old is basically trying to copy something he's seen from the cartoon. But the 10-year-old right here, you can tell that's just him drawing it. Yes, he might have looked at the figure for inspiration, but that's all unique looking. So I give it to the 10-year-old. I think his drawing is more creative and interesting.
Yeah. Actually, do you want me to try to do a kid voice for this last one?
Go ahead. Go ahead and be. It's Ramon Ariona. It's a Hawaiian name. Now I feel like an idiot if I fucked up the name. But Pearl City, Hawaii. Go ahead.
Actually, I don't think I can. Now that I think about it, like
Try it.
Let's
see what you can do. Go. It's the last letter.
I don't think this would sound like a kid. Actually, the voice that I want to do, the voice I know
Mine
I can
didn't
do,
either.
I know it's not
I
going to
sounded
sound
like a
a kid.
demented little lunatic creature. Mine didn't even sound like a kid. I don't think so.
Well, all right, everybody be prepared.
Dear He-Man, tell all the other warriors I said hello. I've collected every issue of your magazine, and I especially like the posters. I've created a character for you called Cyborg. He has control over machines. I am 9 years old.
I like this. I like somebody with really bad nasal problems or a cold.
Yeah, he's Ramon's got a cold. All right, Ramon has a cold.
And it's kind of cool that seeing both the people that created something in this issue both began with a C and both had something to do with electrics or cybernetics or machinery. So those were both cool. So not too many bad letters this issue, I don't think.
Yeah, no, they were good. They were decent. And if you
Yep, and everybody just let you know the chat room said, yeah, the 10-year-old, he was the winner on the picture. So there you
yeah,
go.
I would agree with that. If you believe in me, save me. Keep the torch lit. This is an ad where we have the Statue of Liberty. I'm not gonna go into reading that.
No. Heck, even when we get to the comic, we're not going to go bit by bit.
Oh, okay.
panel by panel.
The Statue of Liberty, Ellis Island Centennial Commission. Yeah, I don't really know what that's all about there, but
yeah, when I see like regular Earth promoting ads or stuff, it's like, it always took me out of it. Remember when I looked at these magazines, I just wanted to escape into the world of Eternia and forget modern stuff.
I freaked everybody out with that voice, by the way.
Yeah, one person said he sounded like Ryan said that voice is like a kid who's had their vocal cords removed due to
Hey, tonsillitis, man, just got out of surgery. You know, in recovery the next couple days. Here's the ORKO Earth Report, which winter of '86, we're getting a lot of the movies are holiday based. So we have the Holiday Spirit and Santa Claus the movie from TriStar, neither of which I have watched.
I've never seen any of those. I didn't read that book, and I didn't even look at that Scary Journey book or whatever, the Great Eye Tree. I don't know. Sometimes some of the Earth reports, if it was from the actors that I like seeing in a lot of TV shows or something, was cool. But otherwise, when I've seen some things, I was like, But I know they had to do that just to like keep interest. But this Earth report kind of bored me.
I like the second half of this. I like the fun facts with Kids Almanac. I was always kind of curious about Kids Almanac or Guinness World Record books. I was all about that.
Oh, you actually bought those things?
I got a couple of the Guinness World Record books. I want to say it was like the one from '95 and probably one from '93. Yeah, but I like the second half of this because the celebrity is Michael J. Fox, so he's finally.
Yeah.
You know, this is when he's on the cusp of superstardom. He's already doing Family Ties. He's got Teen Wolf and Back to the Future that are about to come out. Well, Back to the Future was already out at this point. So it was. He's just it's kind of odd that they have him in here.
No, and that was the only thing when I seen that part of the Earth Report. I was like, oh, at least that's cool because I know him from all the stuff, like you said, from TV shows. And boy, did he look young there. And then we got something about He-Man and She-Ra, which was cool. It's like, oh my God, a Christmas special. So seeing this kind of shit was cool. I like that. I like the Michael J. Fox. I do not remember that special that they had, because you remember ABC used to love to do those afternoon specials, nighttime specials, and they have two-parters. I don't know if I've ever remember seeing Adventures of a 2-minute werewolf.
No.
To be honest, now I'd love to try to see if maybe I can Google or YouTube it just to see. But then I kind of didn't care. But either way, it was cool to see something about Michael J. Fox and He-Man and She-Ra. So this one kind of worked for me.
Yeah. Which is why I don't understand why you're saying you're bored with it, but it is what it is. Into the Maze. This story, not bad. The art in it, for the most part, I do have. There's a couple things I'm like, you had me up until this point, but it's kind of cool that Hordak is devised a plan to essentially create this maze that's gonna pop up from the ground. Sends a letter to Prince Adam that basically says, "I've changed my ways. I want to be good. Meet me at the Plains of the Winds." And Tila's like, "This is probably a trap, right?" And Adam says, "Yeah, probably, but he says he's changing his ways."
Anything that has Modulok in there, as you can see in the background, is damn fine with me. But no, it's a cool premise. Like, okay, he never got Adam back then, but I'm gonna get you now. It's like, okay, kind of cool story, but then it definitely does spin into a kind of just a goofy direction. But looking at it, it's pleasant. You can see, obviously, this is trying to be inspired by Filmation, so it's not hard on the eyes as we've seen with some other kind of of these stories, or even some other mini comics that had some really weird art. But otherwise, the story's not bad.
Not bad.
And we will get to something later when you get to the next part.
As I'm flipping through, and I'll keep this up here a little bit longer on this second page of this, so you can kind of take it all in if you want. So Adam goes in, and he's like, and then the walls come up. It is kind of funny, as we'll see, that I thought was interesting too, that it almost seems like ORKO is not aware that Adam is He-Man, and I was like, that's how did that slip through the cracks with that?
I was going to say the same thing. We've seen this with one of the other ones too. I can't remember which one, but sometimes they had it, and I don't know if it's just the writers maybe not knowing everything about the cartoon because they know that, okay, Adam/He-Man has a secret identity, but you figure you'd have to at least know if you listen to the intro about only 3 others know or share this secret. So you'd think, but maybe they didn't get the memo or they wanted to do something different. But yeah, as you'll see later, it's like ORKO has no clue that Adam is He-Man. But the surprising thing is the reason you think they should have known that is, like, look at a lot of the pieces here, like seeing Adam holding his belt and the way it's he's walking. You can see those are Filmation obviously inspired poses. So
I think it's cool that he transforms into Thunder Punch He-Man.
Yeah, because we've seen that before, which it was cool. And there's that H, guys. I told you the H has always been there, so it's nothing new to me. I've always wanted this to be his symbol, to be identified as He-Man, just like Batman, Superman, Spider-Man have theirs. He had his, but yeah, it was cool seeing Thunder Punch.
Yeah, and he just decides to punch through all the walls in the maze.
They got to get the gimmick.
Yeah, gotta get the gimmick.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is where you kind of get that, where ORKO's like, "Hey, what's going on?" Right here, where Adam's walking out of the maze, and I was like, "Huh." But the other thing too is Cyclone, man.
Yeah.
Moss Man looks a little weird too, but Cyclone, I'm kind of looks odd. Looks very odd.
That happened in a couple of the mini comics too, where they have this strange look for him and his face, and I always wondered, it's like, did you look at one of the bad mini comics for this? It's like, where's his blue face? I hate that human flesh tone face for Cyclone.
It doesn't work.
It don't look right. Like I said, if you were to look, the funny thing is, I said, if you look at the vintage Cyclone figure, cover up his head and just look at the face, his face almost looks like He-Man's face, but blue. But yeah, this doesn't work. It's not really good to the eyes. But I thought it was weird when they showed up to, save and help the day for He-Man. It's like, but how would you know when it was Prince Adam that was going into that maze? Wouldn't you have been trying to maybe hear that, oh, Adam's in trouble, not He-Man? But
so that someone fucked up there. They fucked up bad.
Yeah.
But they drop Hordak back in the maze, and I do kind of like this. It's amazing how easy it is to be trapped by one's own mistakes.
Exactly. There you go. How about that? A little message at the end. It's true. Everybody's experienced something like that.
And then we move on to these postage stamps, so you guys can look at these and figure out which ones are fucked up and which ones are fine.
And also, I think I know why I can't find this issue no more. Besides the poster that was destroyed by me hanging up, I thought these were like kind of real
Oh
stamps. I
God,
was that
Joe.
stupid. Again, I still am, and I wanted to cut them out and then try to put them on things. You can't use them, Joe. And I know, and I already cut them and wrecked them, and I don't know why I wanted to mail them away. But you think you want to keep them, but it's cool. Weird little designs and alterations and changes. But right when I seen that page, I was like, now I know why I don't have this fucking issue. I cut everything.
Maybe this was on number 7 here with the cane that he's holding up. Maybe that was inspiration for the figure as well, and the holiday special. Maybe this came before all of this
Oh dear. Yeah,
started
exactly.
all.
Spike-Or. Light bulbs for Spike-Or. Weird kind of spots on Cringer.
Yeah, we get actual bird wings for Buzz Off here.
Mm-hmm.
But I think there's 2 of them that are fine. I wanted to say it was 10 and 11 were the stamps that were good, because He-Man's got the flower print here on number 3, and a lot of them are just off-centered or missing things.
Yeah, I'm waiting for that page to load up for me. I'm on that unfortunate 30-second delay. I haven't seen that next page yet. Why does it take so long for me? That's terrible. Okay, there we go. Orko's eyes flipped off to the side. Different design for He-Man. Buzz-Off's wings are weird. Skeletor's colors and missing his symbol. Tilo's off of the thing. And Masters of the Universe. I'm trying to look at the Power Sword. What's wrong with that? Maybe it's my angle.
I don't know. Maybe there was something
It
wrong
does
with
say
that.
Masters of the Universe, right?
Yes.
What is wrong
Well,
with
we'll
the
get
Power
to it
Sword?
when we get to the answers. It'll be all right. It's
I was gonna say, if
okay to
Grimlock was
cheat,
here,
Joe. It's
we'd
okay.
hear everything wrong about that Power Sword. I don't like the design of the hilt. The lightning effect is off. It's off here. But all right. Oh, I guess we'll get to the next page.
Yeah, the next page.
I don't know what the next page is.
We have the Eternia name game, so essentially just a little crossword puzzle that we have here.
Oh, okay. Simple enough. Simple enough.
Yeah. The art on it's okay. Skeletor looks a little odd. And of course Mossman. Mossman looks different in every version. Why couldn't they nail Mossman how they wanted to? The magazine does it differently, the mini comics do it differently. I don't
And
there's
from
no
the cartoon to
consistency.
everything. He suffers a lot. I think it was artistic freedom trying to make something different every time to say, I think he should have a little of this, a little bit like that. And Mossman has always looked strange.
Yeah.
Unfortunate.
Do you want to take a crack at guessing all these, Joe?
Well, it's easy. We got Leech, we got Mossman, Skeletor, Hordak, Tila, He-Man, Prince Adam, Fisto, Mantenna, and I'm gonna say maybe Tree Trap. Oh gosh, I don't know.
I think I think you're right with Tree Trap on that one. We'll find out soon enough.
Okay.
Warm up.
I guess
Warm up, Joe, because it's the winter time, and we're doing this episode in June. Warm up to Muppet Magazine, which I didn't even know they had a Muppet Magazine. Great way to start the new year, and a great gift idea, too. How is a magazine a great gift?
Well, kids did love magazines. I'll admit it, I never had the Muppet Magazine.
Yeah,
and
but as a gift? I would think it was just like something nice when you're at the store, but as like an actual gift?
Well, hell, think of the Masters of the Universe magazine. That would have been a gift for me. I would have loved to have that. So there could have been a really big hardcore Muppet fans. And remember, on one of the covers up of the Muppet magazine, that's when you seen Kermit as He-Man. Remember on that one issue. So I guess I wish I would have had it just for that, so I could have had that cover on there.
Every amazing issue is filled with fantastic features by the famous funny Muppets. Interviews with celebrities like Steve Martin, Brooke Shields, Punky Brewster, Ricky Schroeder, which now he's out like protesting people wearing masks and everything. New Edition.
One quick thing. You know what I feel bad for?
What?
Everybody's using their real names, but
Punky
when it came
Brewster?
to Punky Brewster,
Yeah,
no Soleil Moonfry.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, she's just Punky Brewster.
Yeah,
She
just-
doesn't have a real name.
Well,
in real life.
they did put it in quotations at least.
Yeah.
New Edition, which is a great band, and the kids from The Bill Cosby Show, who are here on the cover. MMTV rock posters in every issue, featuring such send-ups as Kermit Greenstein, Moy Donna, and Animal Lee Froth. Ooh, that's cringy. Advice from Miss Piggy, science stuff from Dr. Bunsen Honeydew, reviews, previews, and news about the latest movies, music, video, and books. and more laughs, chuckles, giggles, and flat-out Muppet fun than ever, all in every exciting issue of Muppet Magazine. 4 issues for only $7.50, which is more than
a little more than Masters. Yeah, more. No, but I mean, definitely, like I said, if you were a Muppet fan, you would have liked it. You would have got all your Muppet stuff, and of course, they would have thrown in Earth-type stuff, just like we got in He-Man. Probably more so in this, though, since, well, obviously, it's not like on Eternia or somewhere different.
Right.
But like I said, as a kid, if I was a Muppet fan, yeah, I would have loved to get that in the mail.
The secret message, Joe and I are not going to take the time to decode this. We'd probably be sitting here for another 15 extra minutes. But I do want to point out that Man-at-Arms got quite the tan going on.
I'll have to wait till this pops up to see what's up 3 live stream. But let me see what this looks like.
I mean, you know.
Yeah, the color choices sometimes are different. It looks like he matches He-Man's flesh tone.
Yeah, but Duncan ain't ever been that tan.
But that is again, it's a unique, different piece of art. Yeah. I'm not going to shit on it. It's actually cool.
No, I'm not either. It actually kind of provoked the idea in me that, like, I know that Hollywood has a tendency to do this a lot, just to be like, look what we did. We're progressive, right? But I kind of like the idea of if Man-at-Arms was a black guy. That'd be kind of cool.
I wouldn't have a problem with it.
Cool.
Yeah, I wouldn't have a problem with it, yeah. And I'm going to remember the secret message. Keep this in mind, everyone, because I'm going to make up a secret message that if Nathan gets his stuff, we'll create one and see if somebody can solve it. Whoever the first person to solve it will win something. But we're going to wait.
You're just going to, are you going to kind of just use the same symbols and everything and just make your own? It's not going to be what it says here in the magazine, right? You'll create your own new message for someone to decode?
Well, I mean, either way, it's going to take time because it won't be easy. Like looking right now, it's not, nobody's going to be able to look at it that quick and solve that.
Oh, no.
So I could use the same premise and do it. And
I would say use the same symbols and letter equation, but make your own message.
Oh, yeah, I'm making my own message. Oh, yeah, it'll be my own message.
To see America is to know America. Here's an ad for the National Museum of American History. Travel for Tomorrow Council. Yeah. History. I mean, you know, I can understand. I always enjoyed those field trips as a kid when you would go. It's like, oh, because let's go to Williams.
It was just cool to get out of the school. I thought it was cool.
Yeah,
but travel.
But I always enjoyed those trips where you're going like colonial Williamsburg, see how people lived in colonial times and kind of.
Yeah, but these advertisements bored the hell out of me in a magazine. I just didn't care. I was like,
I just don't think that these are the right advertisements to put in a Masters of the Universe magazine. You know, like I think it needs to be fun. I get it. It's like kids need to learn things, but.
Oh sure, sure.
But that's kind of too much. Cringer and the Creature. It's pretty easy to guess who the creature is here when you connect all the dots.
I could never get. They always made them so obvious. I like the ones where it was more the hidden photos that they do, where you had to kind of search for stuff, or even the ones where you folded a magazine over to create a picture. But yeah, this one was pretty obvious. But I can understand some of the games were quick, and as you've seen, I did do a lot of them. Some I didn't want to do to ruin the pictures, but yeah, it wasn't bad.
That's a lot of dots too to connect.
Like, what was the one? I'm trying to think if it was Mantenna. There was, that's what I mean. There was so many dots. Like, I always used to like to connect the dots, but I was like, God, this is taking forever. And it looked like it would be like a convoluted mess between all the numbers and dots and my lines. Yeah. It's like, you should have cleaned that up a little bit differently somehow, but yeah.
Here, now we finally have the answer thing with also how adventurous are you with these choose your own adventures. There's actually a writing contest that you can enter, I guess. I would never do that. But let's see if you were correct on that. With the stamps, number 9 and 10, there were nothing wrong with them. Everyone else had something wrong. And it was Tree Trap.
Tree Trap, all right.
Game. And the secret message in that issue. Heroic warriors, we are the Rock People. We are coming to Eternia to help defend it from evil. Rock On and Stondar. And I guess there's a plane or a helicopter going by.
I was thinking if that was me. I was like, what was that just flew over? But it flew over you. Okay.
The thing is, too, where I live in like a just open mountainous area, I think it's like a certain day of the week you'll have like these jets that are going on like these test runs. And all of a sudden you'll just hear, And it'll be two. It's always two of them. One will go, and then you hear
Shakes your house.
No, it doesn't shake the house, but it feels like it's right there on top of you. It's
Yeah.
pretty crazy.
Yeah.
And when you see them actually go by, like they are very low to the ground. I was like, holy shit.
Mm-hmm.
And in case anyone didn't know who the creature was, Spikor. I don't know if Joe, you even specified that when we were looking at it, but just in case anybody didn't know, that was Spikor. All right, now on to my favorite part of every issue.
This was a damn good one.
He-Man of the issue. One evening, Trevor Farrell was watching a news program on TV and was troubled by a report about America's homeless. Trevor decided that he would do something to help out in his hometown of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. With a small collection of blankets and pillows, Trevor and his parents visited the poor street people. I hate how they word that. The poor street people.
I can see what you mean.
Since that day 2 years ago, Trevor has successfully organized his heroic mission into a national effort, bringing aid to thousands. Trevor's campaign, which still exists, I don't know how strong it is these days, but I did look it up. It does still exist, so Trevor is not a bullshitter, has received donations from all over the world, making it possible to build a shelter for the homeless in Philadelphia and bringing attention to the plight of the homeless everywhere. The campaign recently received grants from the federal government and several private foundations. And Trevor himself has received several awards for his work. He's the subject of a book called Trevor's Place, published by Harper and Row. That almost looks like an A. The text is kind of small for me to read it on here. His ever-growing interest in the worldwide situation led Trevor to India last summer to see what efforts could be made there. Good luck to Trevor in his continuing efforts. He has shown true dedication to changing the lives of homeless people and Joe Amatos all over the world. If you'd like to contact Trevor, write to Trevor's campaign. Box 21 at Gladwin, Pennsylvania 19035.
Yeah, this definitely wasn't a phony one. We like to give shit to some of the other people, even though we found out some of those were true, I think, through the detective work of JSP here in the chat room. But yeah, this one was real. I was like, that's pretty damn cool to do stuff like that and to help out. It always makes you think, like, you know, you wonder, was he inspired with stuff with He-Man and the messages and morals and goodness and trying to be nice to others, then seeing the news like, I'd like to help somebody. You always say
I
that.
bet he
like
became a greedy businessman that treats everybody like garbage.
No. I'd like to think this person is still a respectable person doing stuff, because I think even as into the 2010s or 13s or something, I thought they still mentioned stuff of him online. I didn't dig deep
we
others did.
We need to hit him up, see what he can do for Joe Amato. We can hit you
there you go, help me out. But no, really, it's like, that's what I always said. Some people want to think the morals and messages of He-Man were corny, which I don't. I mean, you know, you could have been part of a family to where your parents were getting a divorce and you'd watch this show and it's kind of like giving you teaching moments, and, you know, you'd like to think it helped inspire you to be a better person. And it could have been maybe he just loved, you know, He-Man, the messages, and thought, I want to help somebody. You never know. Or it could have just been genuinely good all around. But for him to write into this magazine, obviously he has knowledge of He-Man. But yeah, that was actually a cool one. So I was like, yeah, that's one we can't shit on and say it was fake at all.
Yeah. And go get Trevor's Place, the story of the boy who brings hope to the homeless, published by Harper and Raw. I know it's Harper and Row, but it did look like an A from here. I don't know, maybe my vision's starting to go.
Could be, but no, and he might get an influx of stuff. It's like, why is everybody messaging me now? It's like, hey, they were talking about you on this show called Fans of Power or something.
Yeah,
it's like, maybe we should get him on.
Yeah, help Joe Amato. He likes the bean burrito, no bean. Whatever you can do to help out.
Yeah, but this was, like I said, this was our bonus episode, like I said, to talk a little bit about that Masterverse figure and do our discussion on these.
We're not done, Joe. We're not done. Because we have the Secret Wars advertisement that we have here. We got to talk about we got to talk about the posters. We got the glow in the dark solar ball. Did you ever have any of that kind of stuff?
Shit. I thought we're at the end. All right, till we get to it. Well, first there's Secret Wars, which was always cool to see.
Yeah.
I didn't mind seeing something like this when it showed Marvel stuff. I was like, yeah, this I don't mind. Jason the Wheel Warriors, I'll fuck off with that stuff.
But what about the solar ball?
I'll have to wait till I see that ball.
You get some wrist rings. You just go out there and toss the ball around. Maybe get some neon shoelaces. The glow in the dark. Glow in the dark was all the rage during this time.
Oh, there it is. glow in the dark solar ball. Never had that. Never had that. I remember when I'd go to Cedar Point, they would have these, I think, glow in the dark wristbands and these other things you'd have, like these glow sticks. I thought they were fascinating. And then when it was like nighttime, time to leave, it was so cool. But I've never seen the solar ball. I don't know if anybody here ever get the solar ball?
That would be all right to toss around on a summer's night, you know.
They give dimensions on it. They make it look fucking gigantic, like it's gonna kill that girl trying to catch it.
You have to, because the way they advertised it, you got to specify. Here's what you get. You don't want it to be like that episode of Full House where Michelle thinks she's gonna get a gigantic dinosaur and it's just like the size of a packaged peanut, you know.
Boy, you know what used to let me down? Remember those things, and they still have them at dollar stores or different types of things. Remember, it was that thing you put in water and said it grows to 100 times.
Oh yeah,
this size.
That stuff
I remember having the
sucked.
Gremlins one, and I put Stripe, and he got real big. He actually did get big, but once it got big and sat, it got all crusty, hard, and then just would be brittle and fall apart. Wish I had that. I used to think it was a cool, like, look, I got a big action figure and Stripe.
It's a cool idea, and for Gremlins, that actually works. You know, that plays into the whole thing. But I always wanted to go to Cedar Point, by the way. That seems like that'd be a blast with all the roller coasters. Oh, yeah. Are you a roller coaster guy, Joe?
Yeah.
Huh. Maybe that's what I'll do. I'll come visit you in Parts Unknown. We'll go to Cedar Point and ride roller coasters together.
That could be interesting. Like I said, I don't fear anything. Just a little bit of a water. It was because I almost drowned when I was a kid. So
I don't even know how to swim, so we'll stay away from that.
All right, there you go. It's crazy.
And we can't bring. Tyler doesn't ride roller coasters, by the way. Which is
he doesn't?
No. How funny is that though? Like Tyler's all big and everything, and like he's afraid of roller coasters.
Well, like you said, he's not a confrontational person. Doesn't mean he has to, like and not be scared of stuff. Everybody can be scared of shit, but I'd get him on. Trust me, he'd get on that fucking thing. I'd tell him he'd love to get on there. Get him on the highest one, the fastest one. Joe, I'm gonna fucking kill you.
I think of that one that they have there where it like shoots you out and then like goes straight up and hits that apex and comes straight down. It's what, like 300-400 feet in the air or something.
There's some doozies.
Yeah.
There's ones that'll get you. One, God, I can't remember if was it called the Millennium Force? I'm trying to remember the one that I remember when it first came out. It was like the new one, all the rage. It beat the shit out of my legs. I mean, that was the thing. It was so many twists and turns quick that I was slamming against. I had somebody next to me, but it didn't matter. My legs were slamming in that metal. I got off, and the next day I was bruised to shit.
Yeah, the only time I've ever been beaten up on a roller coaster is when I've ridden some of the wooden ones, and those will fucking toss you all over the place.
Oh, and that's the thing. They got rid of it, and I love this one. It was called the Mine Ride. That was at Cedar Point. It was not super big, gigantic, or nuts, but it was rickety and rackety, but it was just fun. I always liked that.
Do you ever go on the kids' rides for shits and giggles? I have. I'll just go and ride some of those, and like some of the kids are upset.
Does the merry-go-round count if I just want to be calm and relaxed?
No. I'm talking about like the kid-themed, like the kid roller coasters that barely are off the ground and everything. I like riding those and pretending like. Oh,
yeah, gonna be fun. You know what? One thing I was on one time, and what the fuck is that thing? It's called the. What is that? The fucking one that goes up in the air and down. It's just a carousel, or what is that fucking thing called? The boring ass ride. It's a big giant wheel.
Oh yeah, but like
I feel
like you're in a swing.
Well, you're strapped in, and remember, you go up and around, and you're right in a swing, and that's it. It's
you're talking about the Ferris wheel.
Ferris wheel, thank you. I hated that fucking thing.
I thought you were talking about like the one where you're in a swing and it like just goes in a circle. Yeah, it just goes in a circle.
No, that actually is exhilarating because that could go nuts. But no, the Ferris wheel, I was like, this is the most boring fucking ride in human history. You could say the same about the merry-go-round, but at least, it's you can get off kind of quick. But that fucking Ferris wheel, way up, down, and then you have to wait for everybody to get off. Then the next one, and you're sitting like, oh dear God, I'm not getting on this fucking boring ride ever again.
I don't like anything that spins you around in a circle real fast. Like I hate the the ones that they would have at the local.
Witch's wheel.
Yeah, or anything like
Something
that
like
where, like, you know, it's like a teacup or you can go inside of an apple, but you sit around in a circle and everyone's got the little wheel, and the faster you spin that,
Yeah.
the faster you I hate that shit. I don't like that stuff at all.
I don't mind it. I guess it's because I'm dizzy in the fucking head all the
No,
time. So.
I don't like that stuff. Like, I'm
Oh.
I'm not a fan of heights, but it's funny when I get on roller coasters and we're going up the incline, I like to just look over and just be like, yeah, okay.
Yeah,
That's
I don't
weird.
mind that either.
But yeah,
Well,
like
let's,
Emily and I have
go
always,
past this-
huh?
Scuba shit. Let the scuba or this Jason the Wheel Warriors go past that quickly while you talk about you and him.
I mean, like, it's kind of cool though that this is included. That there is that cross promotion to get people excited about that. Even if you weren't, it's cool that exists. But no, I was thinking, because Emily and I have always talked about we should go to Cedar Point because they have a shitload of roller coasters.
You'd love it.
That
You would
that
love
could be a plan, and you'll go with us. I'll bring you with us.
But I'd have to wear a mask.
No,
'cause
you
I don't-
wouldn't. Come on.
Can't see me.
Eventually, at one point, we're gonna you and I and Tyler, we're gonna have to get past that. You're gonna have to at least let us see your face. You're gonna have to. Why did I get all blurry? There we go. You're gonna have to. But yeah, Jason Wheeled Warriors. It was a nice addition, and it was a pretty long little story here. So follow Jace every
why
day as
couldn't
he
we add
leads the
another
Lightning
He-Man story,
League against the Monster Minds. Check your local TV listings. I'll give that show a shot. I'll watch an episode or two.
Yeah, comic should have been more He-Man. I'm gonna say it again. Ruined my He-Man with his goddamn Jason Wheel Warrior bullshit.
Yeah.
Want that in the fucking Masters of the Universe magazine.
So we get our poster of the cover art that we had, which we've already seen. This beautiful piece of art. But
Super beautiful.
we also get a Jason the Wheeled Warriors poster, which I'm sure Joe's really stoked about. Hey, it shows the vehicles. The vehicles look pretty badass, actually.
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah, I like the...
Fuck.
Yeah,
Shit.
I dig those. Wonder how much they are now. But the other poster that you get is we get the Thanksgiving Day Parade. There we go.
That's right, the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. Always like
That's a
seeing that.
badass poster. I like that as well.
Oh, loved it. That's what I mean. And I love the parades. And you wonder if there's any of those pieces from those floats that still exist, because they had some big ass stuff for that. Or even the costumes and outfits for the people that were playing and cosplaying in there. It's like, damn, that would probably be some cool shit if that was ever discovered somewhere. Because I'm sure most of those floats were probably fucking destroyed and couldn't last. But the outfits from the characters, you think those might still exist, possibly.
They could. And a awesome idea if they wanted to. I read that report that Mattel is building an amusement park in Arizona. And I guess it's going to have Hot Wheels themed rides and some other stuff. Why not do something like this? Or at least have a Castle Grayskull that you can walk through. Or
That would it would be goddamn. That'd be gangbusters. No, I mean that's a no-brainer. If they did some stuff with He-Man themed and made it look like shit that we even got back in the '80s, if they could do it for the Macy's floats, I'm sure they could do it for an actual theme park. There was even stuff where there was when they were showing early art for the Masters of the Universe movie, I thought the same artist also drew up pictures for a possible theme park and stuff for Masters of the Universe. Believe it or not, even back in the 80s.
Well, I found the article. I'll go ahead and read it to you. Mattel opening Arizona theme park with Hot Wheels roller coaster, Thomas and Friends attractions. Mattel Inc. announced they are getting into the amusement park business with their first ever Mattel Adventure Park. The park will have branded attractions including a Hot Wheels roller coaster, go-karts, and a Thomas and Friends indoor park. Mattel Adventure Park is under development and will open in October 2022 in Glendale, Arizona. The project was unveiled in a groundbreaking held June 10th. Crystal Lagoons Island Resort is partnering with Mattel to open the theme park. Offer a 10-acre lagoon along with shops, theme restaurants, attractions, and entertainment venues. So, maybe get some Master Universe, Princess of Power themed-esque things.
That would
even if it's just a
actually be
shop or something. Like, hopefully they will put something there that has that theming. Someone does bring up a good point that maybe Mattel won't own the rights by the time it's built. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that'll be
exactly.
interesting.
Damn, I couldn't find the one stuff I was going to send you. Maybe that'll be for another episode, but there was art of early theme park stuff. Oh, God,
Yeah, see if you can find that. Maybe we'll share it on on Sunday.
Yeah, I'll do that for this Sunday,
Yeah.
definitely, because I can't look now.
It would be
otherwise
something to
I'll
talk
take it back
about,
to
and
work.
we could sort of regurgitate that again as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we'll save the Q&A, of course, for this Sunday, too, so we can interact with everybody then. Right now, we pretty much hit kind of some of the topical stuff, and then stuff, of course, from the past, so we'll probably avoid the Q&A for this episode, but this Sunday, join us again, and of course, we'll take any of the questions when we're done doing our main topics. So is there anything you want to close with before I do the thanking of everybody and all the other stuff?
No, I don't think so. I think I'm.
That's a big fat no
Well,
for me. then,
I'm
but
gonna
again,
I'm gonna dip my toes. I think into start obtaining, maybe not complete, but start obtaining some of the vintage GI Joes I never had as a kid. Because I have a shitload of GI Joes, but it's a lot of late '80s, early '90s, like Ninja Force-esque kind of stuff. And I thought about dabbling and
well, you might as well. You have
some-
every other fucking toy in history.
Yeah,
So,
why
hey,
not?
for everybody here in the chat room, I just did want to say I wanted to thank you for joining us. Hope you enjoyed this bonus episode of Fans of Power. And if you are new to this channel, make sure you like, subscribe, share, and ring that bell so you can always be notified when we go live. And until next time, have a powerful day.
I usually have wrestling trivia, but I got nothing. I always forget about that because I always rely on Tyler to do the movie quote. And when you and I do the show, we have wrestling trivia, and I totally.
Talk about we're live, pal.
Yeah,
and he
totally-
knows we do this
totally
every fucking
spaced.
time we do this, and he has nothing. You got nothing. Huh?
I got nothing.
Folks,
I mean,
rest-
we could. I guess we could.
We should give them the kid voices again. Keep them out,
Sweet.
just stare in the camera. Ah.
There
Ah.
you go, you do that one, and we'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye.
It's Sunday, Joe, not next week.
Next Sunday, see you Sunday. Bye.
See you in 3 days. Today's Thursday.
Fuck you, Nathan. Bye.